Good morning.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Awesome. You?
Good, man. You take anything this morning?
I'm in gold.
Beautiful. And I'm guessing from
The
where?
flip of the day.
What was that?
My entry was at daily flip.
Daily flip. Okay.
Yep.
Morning, Tiff.
Good morning, Steph.
How
Good
are
morning,
you?
Steph. I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. Good.
Getting ready for the holiday?
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm sure you know how it is with family. It's, especially splitting up different family and, I feel like every year I get pulled and tugged in every different direction due to commitments and all that stuff. Because I got my fiance's family, my family. Then we do like this food bank in the morning. And we, it's nonstop on Thanksgiving.
Imagine.
How about yourself?
My family has expanded, so it's pretty much like the same thing. Spending some time here and, I'm going to spend some time with my mom and my dad and then my sisters and then my brothers and,
Sounds
so,
awesome.
and then their families. So my family's expanded. Everyone has kids and all this other stuff. So
There you go.
everyone's doing their own thing. It's just trying to catch up with everybody.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Get a lot of food going?
I'm trying not to.
Yeah.
I'm deep frying a turkey later. I'll start it like a little after midnight, so it could be ready for tomorrow.
So this year I'm actually making my own turkey. Not for Thanksgiving, but I got one from ShopRite, a 24-pound turkey just for Meg and I. And
Nice.
I'm looking forward to making it.
Nice. Yes, I have this deep fryer that I use outside, and I mean, this is the only deep fryer. I forgot the name of it. I'll get the name of it when I go down tonight, but it doesn't dry out the meat. I mean, 45 minutes on one side, I flip it over, right? Put the top to the bottom, bottom to the top, do it for like another 40 minutes, and it comes out perfect. I mean, it's not much for me to do. The grease and everything is already controlled temperature wise. And it doesn't come out dried out. It's really, really nice. I've been using it the past 3 to 4 years now.
That's the other night, what was it? Friday night? No, Saturday night. I was at a Friendsgiving, and for the first time I ever had a fried turkey like that, where they put it in the big pot, right? Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously not the healthiest for you, but neither is a regular turkey because they lather it with butter and all that. So let's get into it. I just wanted to update Instagram, let them know that Trauma wasn't feeling too well. And then, why did that not go through? Oh, here we go. Yeah, she texted me this morning saying she had a headache and something else. So we'll pick up next week. So, how's everyone doing? Carlos, Jody, got Miles coming in. How you guys doing?
What's up? What's up? Good morning. I'm feeling great. How you doing?
Doing great, man. You guys ready for a long weekend?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome.
Yeah, nah, I'm ready.
I think so. All right, let me get the economic calendar up here for you guys. Put it on the other screen. Jody, Miles, how you doing, boys?
I'm doing great.
Come on, man. Good, doing good.
Love to hear it. Yeah, I
Thank you for
apologize for
asking.
this morning. Sharma's not feeling too well, so we'll just pick up with them next weekend, but we'll still be at it. So we have, obviously, German IFO business climate was not too good, worse than expected. They were expecting worse than previous anyway. So is probably everyone else in the world due to what's going on in Germany right now with COVID cases rising. I think they're statistically right now, they're the worst they've ever been in Germany, which is kind of hard to believe. I think somebody said, there's a quote that just came out of Germany saying, everyone's going to either come out vaccinated, cured, or dead, which is so morbid. But yeah, that's what's going on in Europe right now. A lot of lockdowns, so obviously that's not too good for business. But moving into 8:30 this morning, we have prelim GDP, core durable goods orders coming out, and unemployment claims coming out. Now, during this, we're going to have to be chatting in the chat. I'm going to have to bounce real quick because I do have a client that has to go to the city that I have a driver that had to call out, and you know how it is running businesses. So, so we're going to have to do that, but we're going to be, talking about it in the chat in the New York session, but it's looking like they're expecting better than previous. So that's good. Everything looks like better than previous, other than core durable goods. It looks like they're expecting the same exact thing. But moving into 10 o'clock, this is something I'm really paying attention to. I think we might get even bigger of a surprise here. I think we may rise PCE month over month. I think we may rise to 0.5 or 0.6. I wouldn't be surprised. Then we have revised University of Michigan consumer sentiment. They're expecting the same. We'll see how that comes out. Then you get some real estate stuff coming in, personal income, personal spending. These are all huge, even though it's a yellow folder, these are all huge huge data points when it comes to our economy, right? Personal income. How much are people spending? If, to me, this should be an orange or a red folder event. Then you have revised University of Michigan inflation expectations coming in over here. So got a lot of movers today. So this will be interesting, but let's go back over to our main pair GJ, which again, we're in that same exact spot we talked about yesterday, where we're just in this consolidation, kind of in like a pennant almost, right? Because we have this bullish trend over here since tapping into 154 500. We grabbed liquidity down here. We've been bullish ever since. I think Gary got a nice trade over here, bringing price right back up to this area. I hope he secured. But right here, there's not too many options, right? Right now, basically, you have to look at today as a Friday. So today, being in here, you just have to be very aware of any kind of trades you take. If it, you guys are all adults. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I trust that you guys have the best interests of your accounts, of your psychology, and all that stuff in mind when it comes to trading. And you know that trading in here is just not too wise, especially on a day like today. Just wait for price to break out of all this. Get a nice clean move right over here, coming all the way up to 156 200. Right, and I'm sure that you got a couple of pit stops along the way over here, but at least you got clean candles right here, right here, right here. This whole zone right here, from 155 400 to 800, 155 800 to 154 800. Right over here, you got a good amount of pips that you could be grabbing. Right, if we start to break below, got a nice clean move down here. It's a little choppier, but you definitely have a lot cleaner of a move, and you actually have a direction in the market compared to what we have over here. Right, so just be aware of that. You really don't even have to go down to the lower time frames over here. Looking at the 1 hour, still consolidating over here. We are bouncing off of this level right here, and we are printing higher lows. Let me get this tool out of here. See, we keep printing higher lows, but guess what? We're printing lower highs. Right, so there's no direction. I could definitely see, if you're looking at this right now, you guys may be able to see the same thing. I see a fill of these wicks and price coming right back into this level and psychology level of 154 flat right in here to retest this level and possibly bouncing off. right? So, you know, how many pips are in there? I wouldn't be taking this, but you got about 20 pips right there. Let's see what it looks like in the 30-minute. Yeah, it's messy. This is just a prediction of what I think is going to happen over here. There we go. So I would just stay out of this mess, right? You got this resistance right here. Let's see if we even break it. But I could definitely see us, if we do break it, coming out somewhere in this area and bouncing off that level. So you got kind of like a pennant in here. Is anybody going to be trading GJ today?
Probably not.
What was that?
I said probably not.
Yeah, it's just not wise. It's fine staying out of this. Been talking about that all week. Just being okay with not being in the market or not being in this pair. That's why you have a secondary pair. That's why you have a pair like gold right now, trending. Right? We have the fundamentals behind us. The daily candle just flipped, created a top wick over here. Now we have big news coming in. So, you know, how much are we going to be moving until prelim GDP comes out at 8:30? I don't know, but I definitely could see us retesting the low we just created around 1782.95. So we'll check that out. But just be aware, you can get some moves right before news coming out, but that's where you want to lower your risk. And then we're not trading the data coming out. We're trading the reaction to the data coming out. We're waiting 10 minutes, right? 15 minutes, somewhere around that sweet spot where we know that we have the data that came out. We have the pricing in. We have an idea of like where price went before that. And now we're just capitalizing on the next move, not the gamble. So daily candle just flipped. Got a beautiful resistance right here. We can always adjust these levels. Got that resistance, previous resistance lining up right over here. And we have this low that we just created. What's our next level though? Could be coming down into here and also right here probably first. So we created this low right here. Let's look at the level to the left. Yeah, we've had price reacting in this level 1784. Anywhere in this area, you know that price has been reacting in here. But 1784 previous support over here, resistance over here as well. So right now we have this low. It looks like price is coming down there to retest. Looking at the 1 hour. All right, so there was a level here. 1 hour looks beautiful, but there was a level right here. There we go. That I was looking forward to price breaking and closing below, because if you take a look, let's diagnose these candles now. Actually, before we do that, let's see if we have any kind of valid trend over here. There you go. Just been extremely bearish since the announcement that Powell was going to be retaining his title and position. But now let's diagnose these candles and why I wanted to wait for that. I mean, I would have gotten in up here to take price right back down here, right? And I know Steve got part of this move as well based on the daily candle flipping.
No, I'm in. I'm still in.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying you probably got in from up here where the daily candle flipped.
I entered in the same time. It was a daily and 1 hour candle flip. So I entered. I had actually two trades. One was this 1 hour candle. The previous one didn't have upper wick, but I entered with stops above the current candle when it broke the low of the previous one, and
Okay.
it retraced all the way back. But my stop loss was at break even, so that's a 0. And next entry was when this candle created upper wick and flipped again. That's when I made the second entry.
This one or this one?
That one you're showing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you were talking about this one previously?
No. The one you were showing. If you go to the lower time frames, you'll see how it first dropped down and then on 15 minutes came all the way back, created upper wick, and then flipped again and went down.
Okay. Yeah, this is yeah, if somebody's in this right here, from right here would have been a good entry with stop loss right above this candle right over here. Let's see if we retrace a little bit. You may be able to get back in. But this candle over here ended up rejecting, as Stipe was just saying. So we created a nice resistance up here, respecting the bearish trend, right? Price making lower lows, lower highs over here. But we came to this level where we have a nice clean move, but we have a support right there. We started pushing down, created this low, and snapped right back up, right? So that shows that we need to close below this level before we could take something. So when this candle over here creates that top wick and passes the low of that candle, I want to know if it did it right in the beginning of the candle. I wasn't paying too much attention, but if it did, it gets a little sticky when it comes to that. But I think we could very well be continuing right back down to this low over here before that news comes out. So we'll see what we get over here. The one thing I do want to point out. What was that?
Sorry to interrupt you. I just forgot to say that my TP is just around there at the bottom.
Yeah.
So I'm not aiming to break the lows, just
Okay.
to retest that level.
Beautiful. Just want to see something, because we have this this bullish trend over here from COVID. I believe this is COVID. Oh no, this is this is hold on. Oh, we got Peter coming in here. All right, so we have this bullish trend that we've been in over here, right? Putting higher lows, higher highs, creating this historical high up here during COVID, right? And then we entered that recovery phase, that correction phase, coming all the way right back down to 1680, very significant level over here. And then guess what? Israel-Gaza conflict, right? Fear of inflation, right? A lot of fear in the market, a lot of panic in the market around this time, May of 2021. And then what happened? We ended up retesting candle body highs up here. Let me zoom in a little bit. Retesting candle body highs over here to the left. And then we got a great NFP report, which brought us all the way back down to 1756, which we're kind of close to right now. Not too close, but we ended up coming right back down to 1760, we'll call it, right? And then we corrected that move. And then we got another positive NFP report coming out back in August, right? So we got some summer spending, people going back to work, stuff like that. And we just got a good NFP report, bringing us right back down to 1680. Then we snap back, creating this range in here. And then we ranged even more. But we held support here from 1740 to 1760, anywhere in this level, tapping off this level over here, holding support, got some clean candles right over here. These are like the only clean candles that I would have liked to take in. But we finally pushed up to 1870 due to more fear in the market, inflation, not knowing what not knowing what Biden's going to do with the Fed chair appointment, right? There's many things that contributed to this rally over here on gold. And now we're just kind of tanking because Biden did announce that Powell was going to be retaining his spot. So now we're on our way down, right? We were actually kind of correcting before that happened, but we're now on our way down over here, coming right back down into this area. Are we going to retest 1760? It looks like we very well could, just because of the fact that price loves coming back down to this level. But again, we're still on this bullish trend. Not to mention, if you go down to the lower time frames over here, we're now kind of tapping into this area over here, right? Created a higher low right here before skyrocketing back up to 1870, and now we're starting to come right back down into that area. So what are we going to be doing? In the massive bearish trend, my main confluence, support, resistance, trend lines make sense, but I'm not trading entirely based on them. But right here, you have the daily candle flipping. I could very well see this low getting created, this after the daily candle already created this top wick, it's very unfathomable for me for price not to retest this wick down here, which is our TP level, right? And it looks like we're getting a little snapback over here. Looking at the 4 hour, 4 hours beautiful. Like these two formations right here is everything that you want, especially in a 4 hour, because 4 hours it's almost the strongest besides the daily. But 4 hour having these setups over here are just beautiful. Like if you guys got this, like you guys trading in London, I think the only one Stipe, and I see we got Peter in here. What's up, Peter? I don't know if you could hear me, but Stipe, we have Gary and Peter that trade the London market. If you guys saw this formation over here, this is a very simple, easy candle for you guys to grab. What we're in right now. Let's go back to the lower time frame so we see what we could get. Yeah, so we're kind of petering around here at the 15-minute. I could definitely see us retesting that low down there. Peter, you with us?
Yep.
There he is. What's up, man?
Nothing much really.
Cool.
I'm doing good.
Are
Just
you
joined.
in anything?
No, sorry, what was that?
Are you in any trades?
No,
Okay.
not at the moment.
Okay. I saw you message me back. I'm gonna get back to you after the stream, but good to have you on here.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Of course, of course. So we are seeing what is going to be happening over here. We got the clean close below this candle, past below the previous candle over here. So I definitely see us coming right back down. Let's see what our range is. Got about 39, 40 pips over here. Bear with me, guys. I don't know why this is acting up. Seems like every day I have an issue with my magic keys. Anybody else having that issue?
What issue?
Having issues with my magic keys. Magic keys acts up a little bit, and it won't, like, if you click open trade, it'll have an like this error issue come out, and it won't place the trade.
Oh, it might be because your auto trading isn't in the
Yeah, no, it's last time that happened, I fixed it.
Okay.
But you know, right now I think it's good right now, but it's been giving me issues all week. So we got that clean close below this support over here. These candles came down, retested this wick over here. So I'm looking for like a better entry point, if that makes sense to you guys, where price comes right back up after retesting this wick. We form a nice resistance at this level, and then we continue right back down. The 30-minute candle is about to close in 5 minutes. So maybe we could wait for that better price point to take this right back down, because this is very overextended. You got almost all bearish candles here on the 30-minute, pushing all the way back down to this area. So sellers are going to come out maybe around this area, retest, come right back up to this area a little bit, and then we continue right back down. I think that's going to be the move that I take. Be a nice healthy 30-minute candle closing though. But if we just get a top wick over here and start flipping bearish, I might take that too. So we could use dynamic risk like we've been breaking down the past couple of days, where there's multiple entry opportunities on some of these trades that you could be taking, and then you capitalize on that. For now, what I want to do, looks like we're breaking down. It's a nice trade, Steve.
Thank you.
So right here. $24, $21. Um, so again, with the journaling, guys, what you want to do, if you guys see a setup, it should be like your routine every day where you're in the markets over here. So you see a setup and you start putting your title in on Trello. So short, the pair, whatever you did on here, you start to edit that later, but on what date, right? 11/24/21, at what time? We don't know the time we're taking this yet. And then the day, right? And then what you start doing, you open the card up, put that in the other screen if you have one, and start taking pictures of the weekly, or you could be the daily. Daily is all you need on this setup. Start labeling them. Daily, 4 hour. I think gold's pushing right now. Got 2 minutes for the 30-minute to close. What was that?
I think it's struggling to break down. I don't believe it's gonna do it in this 30-minute candle. Maybe in the next one.
That's the one thing that's kind of holding me out, is because we do have that data coming out, and are we going to retest this support over here before that data comes out? I'd rather wait for a better price to come in and a nice setup right in this little nook right here, so that we can take this back down.
Yeah.
Get the 1 hour over here. We get the 30-minute. Peter, how's your week been? You been taking any trades?
Well, not really, to be honest. I
Okay.
haven't really got to trading that much this week.
Okay.
And tomorrow I won't be able to do to take any trades as well. So maybe Friday, but I'm not sure. It's also becoming
all week?
the end of the month, so
Yeah.
I need to take that into account as well.
Yes. You've been busy all week?
Yeah, man, very. And I've got some things to do outside of trading and work, so
Yeah.
some personal stuff.
There you go. We'll be talking in our chat.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, we have this clean move right over here, but we start to get a little sticky in this area over here, which is why I think we may react to it and we'll be able to get a better price. Don't get FOMO from this. This is good because we're creating a low that we could then come down and retest. Is anybody else in gold?
I'm not in it right now. I'm just watching.
Yeah.
To see.
100%.
I was thinking about adding second position if this 30-minute breaks below the previous one, but as you said, it's kind of uncertain what's gonna happen. But maybe we're just going down to that support zone to before the news, and when the news arrive, maybe we're gonna break down.
Yeah. You know, that definitely could happen. This is one where I wish I was in from up here. This was this was perfect. Like, I keep having my eye on this, knowing that this was the price to get in at, where we had this resistance form, where we come up, well, first we create this low, then we retrace, right? Sellers come out of the market, buyers take over, and then we hold this previous resistance over here, right? Then we're consolidating a little bit. Then we get a nice clean close below that area and a perfect retest where I would have entered this right here. One entry could have been right there with a stop loss above that wick. It could have been above this wick as well. You could have entered another position on the impulse as price passed the low of the previous right over here, right? So that's a nice dynamic risk. Could have also entered another one up here, would have been a little bit riskier, but as this candle's forming its top wick, right? And then it starts flipping slowly bearish, right? That's where you can enter another one. So that could have been 3 right in here. You could have taken this all the way back down. This would have been beautiful. So that was the move. So now we're all the way down into this area, previous resistance and support right over here. So when are sellers going to come out? Buyers take over a little bit and we start to retest this area. We're getting a little overextended over here. Plus this candle has no top wick. And it passed the low
A lot of candles.
within the first hour or two. What's up, Stipe?
Sorry, I have that. I don't know. Every time I want to say something, we start at the same moment. So,
I know.
so a lot of the candles today don't have the upper wick.
Yeah.
A lot of last 30-minute candles don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah, right
So
over
we have a
here.
huge momentum, I guess.
Small wicks, right?
Minimal, yeah.
Some of these definitely have taller wicks though. But yeah, but the previous candles have smaller wicks. Now, when we're looking at an area like this right here, this is where we start to get into the lower time frames and we can start to look at these to see how price is reacting in this area. How do I clear this out? So right, we passed the low over here, created this low down here, 1785 psychological level. So we start to retest that level. I hate when trading does this. Why? Always messes up the trend line somehow. So anyway, we're starting to get back into this area. Right over here, I would say 1785 psychological level over here. We got a little bounce off over here. We'll see if this resistance holds to continue right back down, but I don't know. I see some kind of a retest up here of like 1787 to then continue right back down. But yeah, again, I look at today as like a Friday, right? Today is like a day where we are going to have volume in the market, but it's also basically like the end of the week, right? Because banks aren't trading tomorrow, and then Friday there's going to be very minimal trading as well. So you just got to keep that in mind. Let's see what else we got in the news front. Anybody see Jamie Dimon calling out China?
I have not.
No. What did he say? He said, he said something about the 20th anniversary of the Communist Party is coming up, and so is the 100th anniversary of JP Morgan. And he was saying I think JP Morgan's gonna last longer or something like that. And here we go. We're getting that reaction right over here. Maybe able to get a better price point. Remember what I talked about yesterday with discounts? This is like an inverse discount when you're taking a sell. When, let's say you're taking a buy, you're waiting for that retracement to get price at a discount to take price right back up. Same thing in a sell, but inversely, if that makes sense. So you're waiting for a better price to sell at, sell high, buy low, right? Same exact thing. Got a nice bearish candle with this wick rejection over here. This candle created a bottom wick already and started to pass the high of that candle. It's a little indecision. Freddie, what are your plans for the weekend?
Did you say Jody?
Yeah.
I'm going to Oklahoma City.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've got a daughter up there, and she's having Thanksgiving.
There you go. It's awesome.
Yeah.
How about you, Miles?
No really big plans. I know I'm going to my friend. She's having, it's one of her friend's birthday, so me and my girlfriend are gonna head over to her place on Saturday, but no Thanksgiving down here, so nothing too big or crazy.
Yeah, there you go. Sounds good, man. Carlos, you doing anything?
I'm just getting gonna be with family. That's about it.
There you go.
Just watch the Saints game, playing the Bills.
Oh, those are struggling right now.
Yeah, hopefully we get lucky.
Hey, Peter, what's it called? What this one gonna do? I know your time is constrained, but that's even a word.
I'm
But,
free today.
What?
I'm free today, so
Oh, cool.
I don't have
Cool.
work.
So I'm going to send these two over to you. The previous live sessions, like we don't have too much going on right now. We're just waiting for this, but you just have some clear breakdowns from our last couple sessions from the week, just so that you could get an idea of the way I trade and the way I break things down. Let's see, where are they?
Yeah, cool.
Here's Mondays.
By the way, can you hear me well or?
Oh yeah, I can hear it very clearly.
Nice.
Very clearly. And then Tiffany, I wanted to get to your trade. Oh. So that's Monday and Tuesday there for you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Is that like open on YouTube or is it
Is
like
it what?
is it like a public view or
Yeah.
so that like everyone can see it? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we
I'll
do
check
the
it.
live sessions on here, and then I post them on YouTube. I don't trade live on YouTube.
Cool. Okay, thanks a lot, man.
Of course. All right, Tiffany. Do you want to go through this, Tiff? How do I do this so that this isn't covering our chart? T, you with us? Might be busy. All right, cool. This is what we want, right? This is why we don't get FOMO, because we have this low created. You got to look at this as a positive. And this comes right back to the way I talked to you guys about dealing with any kind of adversity where you just say good, right? Didn't get the job you wanted, good, right? Lost the trade, good. I have the opportunity to learn from that. With the interview, okay, I have an opportunity to get better at interviews and get the next job, right? It's always a learning experience. So like when it comes to this, when you get, you feel like you missed this whole move, right? You get that FOMO creeping in, all that good stuff. To me, what I say is, all right, good. First of all, I learned something. Learned that I could have gotten in up here, and I can just journal that. That's a learning opportunity. But also, we just created a low. So we just created a range for ourselves to then, when price comes up, retest up here, we could then continue right back down to retest this low. We just created a range that we could be trading in. So that's a positive. If you miss it, you miss it. Whatever. You can't let that constantly be bothering you. One more time. Tiffany, you with us? All right. We'll go through the trade over here. So where do we think gold is going to be heading in the next within the next few weeks? There we go. See how this trend line like moves on its own? So after creating this high, we've been creating these lower highs up here, or higher lows, right? We're here to then create that higher high, and then we come right back down with fundamentals, news coming in before us, and then price obviously pushing all the way down. Could we be retesting this area down here? I could see it. We just got to trade what we see, not what we think. We also have this area right here. If you see this wick, so this wick that we just created down here, this is a previous support and resistance over here. So very significant level, 1785, that price is at, not to mention this trend line right here. All right, so now price is in a very critical area over here, which is another reason why it's, you have big data points coming out at 8:30. You have big data points coming out at 10:30. Well, when's PCE coming out? Let's take a look. 10 o'clock. You have PCE coming out and a lot of other data points too. Remember what I said before, personal income, personal spending, inflation expectations. These are all yellow folder events, but these things are very important for the US economy. Personal income, personal spending. Think about it. The main thing that drives any kind of economy is people spending money, right? If people are not out spending their money, the economy is not going to work. It's a trickle-down effect. So when people don't have personal income saved up, when they're not spending money, that gives us a good data point to tell us where the economy is going. Now, obviously, I think these are going to be up. Why? Because of retail sales being up, first of all, but also holiday season, right? And holiday season, as we saw from the numbers, really started picking up by October, right? Spending started picking up in October. So all these little data points, the more you pay attention to them, the more you learn about them, the better of a trader you're going to be, because you're going to have these in the background. If you consider yourself mainly a technical trader, which is completely fine, right? That's awesome. Like that's how I've always seen myself. Then what's wrong with adding some fundamentals in the back of that to understand where price is going to go? Now, if you're too lazy to learn about economics, that's a different story. But this is something that will make you a lot more money than you could possibly think of just trading technicals, I think. Because you'll be able to hold trades longer, right? You'll be more confident with your moves, or it'll keep you from from getting into a move because you know that fundamentals are coming out. Yeah, to me, this is starting to become a trade that we miss. I'm not going to sell at the bottom down here. But this is something that if it doesn't come back up, we missed it. That's okay. But like I said, this is something where you guys could go in after the session right over here and look at how we could have caught this whole move, especially you guys in London, like Peter, Stipe. Stipe already got this, which is beautiful. But if you guys are trading London, you could have gotten in up here, right? This is what, hour 45 into London, 2 hours into London over here, starting pre-New York. You could have gotten this whole move. Now, that's not to give you FOMO or anything like that. That's so that you can learn and get better and journal the trade and learn from it. Just see, UJ is still kind of ranging in this market over here. It's just not pretty. Let me try one more time. Hey, Tiffany, you with us? Because Tiffany had a trade yesterday that she wanted me to help her with over here before I hopped off. You can always do that on private Zoom. Some of the new guys we have in here: Jody, Miles, Peter, Tiffany. Have you guys heard of Forex Live before?
No, I haven't.
No. Was that Peter or Miles?
I think we spoke at the same time. But yeah, no, I said no, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay. This is. I'm sure you know what Forex Factory is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. Forex Live right here. If you go to forexlive.com, highly recommend this as a news source. This will give you, like, you ever come to the market and you want to know, like, let's say you come to the New York market, what happened in the London market, what happened in the Asian market, and what are all the headlines from those two markets? Have you ever had that feeling? Sure you have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So if you go to forexlive.com, you go over here to more, and then you go down to session wraps. Also, the main page will give you a lot too, but these session wraps, if you take a look at this, Asian FX news wrap. So you have it here, you have the America's FX news wrap from yesterday, but you click down on here, these are all the headlines that you could put your cursor on top of, and it gives you some of the briefing of what that came out at. But you know, you could click on any of these and it'll bring you a rundown of what happened exactly. So you know how I talk about daily musts in the mental foundation part of the course? That's something that you, like, this is something that you could put in there as far as like before your session. Like, this is one thing I need to do before my session is just glance over the Forex Live notes over here, where I'll just kind of browse. This is what I'll do. I'll browse through. Some of them have bolded headlines like this. I'll click on that, and then I'll go right back over here. Okay, which other ones appeal to me? Which other ones do I need to look at? Bank of Australia expect 2 rate hikes from the Bank of England by. Okay, so we trade the pound, so we're gonna click on that real quick. Actually, it's not that much text, but keep going down. All right, let's say we got everything that we wanted. Then you could go down into here and you have a whole breakdown of the session. What exactly happened with some of these pairs? What were the main movers? Why did they move? Right, all the fundamentals behind it. Now, typically what you'll have is the America's news session, which is the last one of the day, typically is the biggest one, right? They give you like a breakdown of the current yields for the U.S. Treasury. You also have, so this is the stock market, but you'll have a whole like bar graph over here of the strong currencies for the day, like the percentage of change. So as you see over here, the weakest was the yen, right down here at 2%. And then guess what's right next to it? The pound. So when you have two currencies that are both very weak, what are they going to be doing? They're not going to be moving. For a pair to move, you need one currency to be stronger than the other. You need one currency to be strong and the other one to be weak. Or one to be strong, one to be fairly stable, right, for that to happen. But if they're both weak, you're going to get price action like this with nothing moving fundamentally either. So this is just a cool thing to look at. And then you have daily change of the euro right over here up against all the other currencies, right? So can I zoom in right there? There we go. So like yesterday, the US dollar, Euro USD obviously was the strongest over here. So if you take a look at like euro right over here against the dollar over here, it was up 14%, but the dollar was down, or not 14, but 0.14%, and it was down 0.14% against the euro. So you probably saw the euro dollar rising a little bit. But you guys get the point with this. It's just a good thing to look over here, and just to understand what were the strong currencies for the day. And if you see one currency, let's say the CAD, in here for like 2 days, you can probably expect the next day it might be bullish as well, unless it's at some sort of a major resistance, right? So it's just a good thing to keep a look at. This also has the indices and how they close for the day, but just a nice little breakdown of what they're talking about, what exactly happened during the session, any kind of main movers. So I highly recommend this as a fundamental source.
Sweet. Thanks.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I did not know that.
Yeah, this is and it's cool because this is actually what my first mentor taught me, or he showed this to me because he was more of a swing trader. So this really appeals to swing traders, knowing what's going on in the market on the higher time frames as well. So when I started really getting like my name out there, or people started to realize what I was doing, a lot of the traders that I would talk to, like Sharma, didn't know about this. But there was a lot of traders that I would run into that really didn't know about Forex Lab. It's definitely a nice little I don't know, like a hidden gem in the Forex community, because it's everything that you need to know. And then if you go to the main website over here, you can also look at these different headlines that are coming out. It's like a Twitter feed. But the one thing that I have here set up for our group is this fundamental feed. And these are just articles coming in, on a regular basis over here, so that you guys could click on any ones that appeal to you. And these are all from the sources that I get my news from: Daily FX, Forex Factory, Forex Live, investing.com. But I have Forex Live in here as well. So if a Forex Live, what's it called, the headline comes out that's important, it'll pop up on here and you could just read it. FX Empire is a good one, right? There's another one I really like as well that not many people know about. It's called Mark to Market. Get rid of these. Right here, Mark to Market over here. And they have some really good articles in here that I've really liked, like in depth. So obviously we've been seeing the NASDAQ fall the past couple of days over here. So this will give you a nice overview. Markets are settled, bond yields have jumped, tech stocks are leading an equity slump, and yesterday's crude oil bounce reversed. So it's a whole breakdown of what's going on here. Now, for some people, I can understand that fundamentals could be boring, right? But that boring is going to make you some money. And you got to understand that, the more you understand of what's going on in the background of your moves, the background of your pair, and why your pair is moving the way it does, the better off you're going to be, the better trader you're going to be. And that's what we're all pushing for. So unfortunately, like I said, I have to go. I do have a client, but I want you guys to have an amazing weekend. I want you to enjoy time with your family and take some time off, relax a little bit. But what I want you to understand is, like I said yesterday, you have about a month until we take that winter break, right? For Christmas and all that stuff, where you're not going to have much volume at all. Investors, bankers, they're all going on vacation with family. They're all taking a lot of time off. So what we're going to be doing is, obviously, I'm probably going to be coming back around the 6th. Let's actually come up with a date right now. Might as well. January 6th. So, okay, so the 10th, Monday the 10th, we'll probably be coming back. That week, like the 5th, the 6th, we'll start. We're always going to be talking in the group, but we'll really start to, I'll start doing analysis and stuff like that, getting us ready for the following week. And then the 10th of January, we're going to pick back up, and that's going to be it. But what I want you to understand is that we have, right now is the 24th, right? The 24th, we have tomorrow off, Friday off, and then we have the weekend. So this weekend, I want you to be able to spend time with family, have that personal life of yours, kind of solidified and hanging out with people that you love and all that stuff, give thanks, all that good stuff, right? But put in some work right now. Make sure that you're getting some back testing in. If you guys want to back test, let me know and we'll get it done. We'll have a bunch of us on there. I'm thinking about doing every other weekend. We're going to be using the simulator and back testing together. And then whenever Charlotte's group wants to do it with us, we'll schedule that as well. But what I want you to do is understand that Monday, the 29th of next week, starts that little boot camp for you, right? Where you're able to spend time with your family and all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But next week, I want you to understand that we have about a month until that break of like December 22nd, I would say. December 22nd is where we'll start to take that break, and we're just about done for the year. Relax, got our profits for the year. We're on to the next year. But put yourself through a boot camp, back test, get all your daily musts done, organize yourself this weekend so that you're ready for next week, and come out guns blazing. This is your career. You guys all have goals. You all have things you want to accomplish, and you're not going to get them done by procrastinating or putting things off to the side. If you know that you have to get something done, just do it right away. What I do is most of the time I just get it done right away. But also, if I have a thought come up in my head of something I got to do, I have this note app on my iPhone. All I'll do is plug that in, and I'll come right back to it. That's my little to-do list, things I got to do that day. That's also my journal, my daily journal that I do every single night. Right? All that stuff is in there as well. But if I don't have that handy, I have my phone. Right? So guys, we actually just had a reaction to that area we were talking about. This candle came down, flipped bullish over here, no top wick. This candle hasn't passed the low of it yet. We could very well continue to tank right over here, but I could definitely see this candle flipping bullish and us coming right back into this area and then coming right back down to retest that area with the news coming out at 8:30. So 8 o'clock just opened. Be aware of the fact that we have that news coming out, and we'll be talking in the group. I'll be on my way to my clients, but let me know if you guys take anything. Send your charts and have a great weekend. If you have any questions at all, let me know. We'll be talking individually and also as a group in the course, but in Slack. But like I said, have a great weekend, guys. If you need anything at all, let me know, and we'll be right back at it next week, Monday.
Sounds good, man.
Thank
Have a
you.
good weekend, everyone.
Good.
Thank
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Enjoy
guys.
the holidays, guys.
Yes, I appreciate it. See you guys
See
later,
ya.
all right?
Yep.
All right, later, man.
Bye-bye, guys.